So, last weekend we got the masterpiece of a superhero movie that is Logan. And what do we get this weekend? A pretty interesting, to say the least, attempt at rebooting the King Kong franchise. Kong Skull Island, directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts, hope I pronounced that correctly, starring Tom Hiddleston, Samuel L. Jackson, John Goodman, Brie Larson and John C. Reilly, amongst others. So Kong Skull Island is the second setup movie, if you want, for this big, monster movie franchise that Universal is trying to reboot. And unfortunately, what we get here is a very mediocre and lackluster movie. Now, that's not to say there are a few good moments littered throughout. There is fantastic performances here from, of course, Samuel L. Jackson, Tom Hiddleston and John Goodman. And Brie Larson as well even manages to put in a good performance. But the rest of the people around them, apart from some of the supporting cast, do just seem to be phoning it in a lot, which is a real shame to see. But I suppose there you go for a movie like this. Also, some of the cinematography is quite groundbreaking as well, as you kind of get an Apocalypse Now feel to it, as it goes on kind of like these long wide shots all around the landscape that the characters are in. But then there are just some very questionable edits made throughout this movie, and a lot of jump cuts and shaky cam stuff used as well, which really does bring down this movie a peg for me. And also the CGI on Kong looks really good, probably some of the best I've actually seen for that character. But sadly, the rest of the movie around it just seems to really collapse in on itself, as there's barely a plot to this movie actually, and there seems to be two separate stories going along that seems to all try and tie into the main story, but ultimately fails. And yes, there is a post-credit scene to stick around for, guys, so make sure you check that out, as it sets something up quite interesting. But for this movie as a whole, it is extremely weak, with poor editing choices, some poor performances amongst some good ones, which is a shame. But unfortunately, this does end up being a very forgettable movie. My final verdict is a 6 out of 10. Thanks for watching this, guys, as always. Now it's over to you, so feel free to comment below and tell me what your thoughts were on Kong Skull Island if you have seen this movie. And as always, guys, if you are new to my channel, feel free to click here to see more and subscribe, as I do make new videos as often as I can. And don't forget to click that bell as well, so you're always notified whenever a new video is posted. And as always, guys, I shall see you all on the next one, and take care.